Hey guys, it's Maddie here from dclblogger.com. The other day I came across something really interesting while putting together my Second Life First Decentraland article. And it's something I've skimmed past before, but didn't really understand exactly what it meant. It's kind of a lot more clear now that we're 6 months ahead of this kind of announcement. So this is Metaverse Ventures, who, if you remember, are DCG's fund who they've created solely to fund services and products that are going to be built for Decentraland. So if you see their post from DCG, you will see that if you read this bit, we own mana and land and have been actively exploring other initiatives to accelerate the development of the decentralized metaverse. We are thrilled to announce Metaverse Ventures, a wholly owned subsidiary of DCG that will invest exclusively in companies building products and services for Decentraland. So if you don't know who DCG are, they're a pretty big investment firm led by Barry Silbert, who founder and CEO of DCG Co., parent of Grayscale Invest. So they own 1% of all of Bitcoin in circulation. So they're definitely a big investment firm. If you want to do the math on 1% of all of Bitcoin, it's not small. What are we at the moment? If you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, almost 100 billion. So 1% would be pretty close to $1 billion, probably more by this stage. If you look into the article he shared on Twitter, you can see that their growth or accumulation phase, they've just continued to increase their holdings from 170,000 Bitcoins back in Jan last year. It's now sitting at over 200,000, probably accumulating even more now. So bottom line is that Barry Silbert and his team are not small scale investors, and they're really bullish on Decentraland. They've released articles, they consistently share Decentraland and Mana even on TV. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. So they've set up an arm to fund different companies opening up on Decentraland. We all know that Vegas City is one of the districts that they've decided to invest in. A second one, and this is what the video is about, is the other investment is into a startup called Artie, which plans to develop AI-driven avatars for Decentraland visitors. AI-driven avatars for Decentraland visitors. That's pretty cool, right? Now with the builder contest out and seeing people build, it's predominantly a static scene. We see people now and then create using the SDK kit. You can see them incorporate a bit of movement within their scenes. That's all cool, but what would AI-driven avatars for Decentraland look like? We know that Decentraland like to do competitions. This competition saw a lot of people build stuff using their builder contest, their builder. Excuse me. So they still have a lot of land to give away. I believe they're somewhat close to having 1,000 lands to give away, right? And the last builder contest gave away about 50 lands. So there's still a lot of contests coming. And to think of what else they can do, well, they can add more items to the Decentraland builder, have the drag and drop builder, and have another contest. They can have people build their own custom models and incorporate that into the builder and make scenes out of them. That could be another contest. And now looking at this AI driven startup, AI driven avatars for Decentraland, it feels like it would make sense that at some stage they would have build your own AI scene, your own AI characters and avatars, and incorporate them into Decentraland. That might be another contest. So seeing what could be done with this AI part of being in Decentraland. So Artie, if you explore the site, they give you a bit of a sneak peek as to what they're working on. There are a lot of most of the platform, they're still working on it. So it's not, I don't think it's available for everyone to work on at the moment, but just to give you an idea to what kind of stuff it's working on. And this, where is it? This is their token avatar that they're kind of using to show different things. So emotion recognition. So it picks up different things based on what it sees. World awareness, emotion recognition, sorry, I must have skipped that. So it picks up your expressions, it picks up things in the real world, ultra low latency, kind of copies what you're doing. So maybe it'll be as easy as customizing a character and then adding some movement to that character based on your commands. Now, there's a YouTube video also showing what this might mean.
And I'm going to demonstrate our WonderFriend engine.
So they use an engine called WonderFriend.
So we have our friend Moke here. Gaze tracking keeps him looking at me, and Moke loves to dance. Unlike an Alexa, Moke is always on, waiting for me to tell him a dance move. And watch for how fast he responds to me. Can you do the YMCA? What about the electric slide? I love raising the roof. But my favorite dance is the broccoli.
How about the moonwalk?
As you can see, it's all that valuable data in real time.
Yeah, well, basically that's what it can do at the moment. It can show expressions. They're working on the AI to make it bigger and cooler and more complex, but I haven't really found much information, and it'd be really good to talk to one of them. But I just wanted to share basically what I found and what it might look like in Decentraland. So they've got a couple of other things that they've worked on. I think this dog's name was Artie. So it must have been what they named the company
The thing
after.
you're about
But
to see is fully
so they
integrated
built it,
into our cloud
and
solution.
you can see what you can do with this in a virtual world.
I wonder if he knows roll over.
Roll over.
He did it! I wonder if he knows how to speak.
Speak, Artie.
This dog is amazing. I bet he can even backflip.
Hey, Artie, can you do a backflip for me?
So that's pretty cool in the sense that this basically looks like what a world of Decentraland might look like. And you can imagine yourself going around interacting with different avatars that may do different things. So if you're in a game, say you're in some kind of like Colosseum game, and you're battling it out and you're versing like 7 or 8 real world players, and every now and then in the Colosseum they release like lions and tigers. Well, those could be powered by AI, and you can give them commands and tell them to attack a certain person, right? So in that sense, there's like the sky is the limit if you incorporate AI within Decentraland. So Decentraland is pioneering blockchain, virtual reality, incorporating AI into the mix. I honestly cannot even imagine the epicness on what that can create. But just to give you an idea of what could be possible, we know that Artie is coming to Decentraland. It was mentioned by DCG themselves. This is what it could look like. And having the builder competition or Decentraland push more content to Decentraland, I feel like they definitely have a high caliber of companies that they've partnered with, like HTC joined in to give away some phones, right? So who knows, they may even partner up with some of the bigger companies that are creating VR headsets to make sure that we can use Decentraland with their headsets. But along with adoption, the more we can work on the content that comes to Decentraland, I feel like that's going to push more people to the platform. So that's one thing that's pretty cool. Anything else I failed to mention? Just quickly going through some stuff. And lastly, there was a nice comment at the end here. If you're working on an exciting idea related to Decentraland, please reach out to us at metaverseventures.co. We are also considering setting up a scout program to incentivize other Decentraland enthusiasts to help us find great opportunities. So basically, if you have a really good idea, maybe even a plan, a proposal, a team that can make it happen, you can probably send them a message and see if you can get some sort of support. There's another comment over here that was made in the same article. So after they explained what Metaverse Ventures was, we believe these virtual characters will be ubiquitous. I think that is pronounced. Inside the metaverse, we have several other potential investments in the pipeline. So it's very interesting to see what they may invest in. This could be districts, or whether it's companies that we've never heard of before, startups that we've never heard of before that may make their way to Decentraland. So it's good to see Decentraland having the backup of a company that has 1, a lot of interest in crypto. 2, a lot of money. 3, a lot of investment into Decentraland itself in the sense of land and mana, and overall just has everything, like has the support to give Decentraland to make it happen. Also, Decentraland aren't that small themselves, guys. Like Decentraland themselves have like 45,000 Twitter members. The Discord just, topped over 10,000 members. They had 9,000 entries in the developer competition for Decentraland. Like if they have the power to push out these new collaborations, these new competitions, and with these competitions, it's going to bring in hordes of people to the platform. So I have a lot of faith in what Decentraland is going to be, and it was just really cool coming across this AI reference with DCG Group. So that's pretty cool on their behalf, and again, even more excited and looking forward to the opening of the platform and to see what it will be in a year, 2 years down the track. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys in another one.